Yo, what is up, you guys, and welcome to GamerVision, where we cover topics related to content creation, gaming communities, streaming, new releases of games, and more. I'm VaiN Devito, and this is VaiN Sensei.
Yo, what is up with it, everybody? On today's episode of GamerVision, we're going to be going over the gaming news released over the past month that's all pertaining to how the competitive scene is looking for games like Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Apex Legends. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow the esports org, of course, on social media at VaiN Esports. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything that you can follow us on. Make sure that you do. And of course, follow the GOAT, my brother. You already know. Follow VaiN Devito on Twitch. My guy is on at 1K. You feel me? He did 1.1K.
Yes, sir.
It never stops. You know what I'm saying? And you can go ahead and follow me too.
I was about to say, man, make sure you throw yours up there too. You know what I'm saying? He the GOAT too. Yeah,
every once in a while. You know
come on now. Hey, I heard he about to become a COD streamer for real. That was a little birdie told me.
I might become a COD streamer. I don't know. It's looking pretty. spicy. I ain't gonna lie.
Muy caliente type shit.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo, and if y'all don't know already, please check us out on Twitter and get those tips to join the org if you are if you are interested, not very interested, but if you guys are interested in joining, make sure y'all check out the tips. Make sure y'all hit us in Discord. Make sure y'all tag us in your posts. Put hashtag VaiN in front of your name. Let us know that you grinding. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to tag us, our Twitters personally. You feel me? You could tag us and the org in your Twitter post to make sure that we get notified to go check those clips out, which we do. And who knows? It might even get reposted on our pages.
That's a big fact, man. And and speaking of all that good stuff, yo, speaking of getting put on our pages and being recruited and just all that good stuff, what is the first thing we got to talk about?
Yo, y'all already know what's going on, yo. We done announced it on Twitter, but if y'all ain't kept up with it, we gonna tell y'all again. And that's the fact that we got some new recruits done flew into town, you know what I'm saying? And they looking pretty nasty over there with their gameplays, G. I'm not gonna lie. And I think we got a video to show y'all what they got going on, too. You know what I'm saying? I think we got a video for y'all.
All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got, yo. We got the VaiN Recruit Reveal episode 2 for y'all up in this thing, yo. So it's about to get spicy.
Is it spicy?
You want the big screen like this, Vito? I know how you like.
Oh yeah. You know I like it nice and big. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
even been 10 minutes.
They said size don't matter. I know they lying.
It ain't even been 10 minutes. Yo, you can't wait 10 minutes.
My fault, gangster.
Hey, before we get into the VaiN and the recruit reveal, we definitely want to know how all of you guys out there are doing on this awesome Saturday. So don't hesitate to jump into the comments. Let us know how you're doing, and just tell us your thoughts on the things that we're doing. And if you got something that we ain't talked about or checked out about gaming that you think we need to be talking about, bro, drop it in the chat.
Drop it in the chat. We're gonna
start chit-chatting about it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get back to this VaiN though, because I definitely want to check this out.
Bro, I know this is fire. It has to be. Oh, yeah. I don't got no sound.
Oh, you ain't got sound?
Oh, no.
All right, let's fix that for surely. We definitely got to fix that.
Definitely got to fix that.
Boom. There we go.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Ah, shit! Yo, it's already spicy, G. Come on, man.
Oh,
damn.
The Kiwis, okay.
Okay. Hey, he looking mighty professional as a streamer. You see him? You see him? Uh-oh. My internet trying to die on me.
Bucko coming through a casket. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Giving it to him.
Yeah, he going crazy. Bucko going crazy.
Oh my God.
The switches are nasty. Them transitions is crazy. Yeah, he went crazy with it. The editor definitely did his thing.
Edit on top of it, yeah.
Yeah, bro, going crazy with it. Is it a team wipe? Damn!
Oh, Draxi out here.
Okay, Draxi. She with the Widowmaker. Damn. Okay, Jay Glizzy. Is it G Lizzy out here? Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh.
God.
Okay. Oh. Talk to him.
Oh, crazy.
G Lizzy going crazy. Go crazy, Jay. Damn.
Jay Glizzy going insane. Shout out to poor Shadow Wolf, yo.
Okay. Okay, Wolf, I see you. Shadow Wolf going crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they rocking shit over there.
Oh yeah,
That was fire. That was fire, bro. That end was fire. The editor definitely did his thing with that, yo. That was definitely.
Shout out to Whitish, bro. Whitish is the guy. He goes crazy with all of the edits that he's been doing. Whitish VFX, definitely going insane. I don't think my guy got any social medias, or you guys would have them right now. But you guys,
Yeah,
we do have the link to this video in the chat right now. So go and y'all can all go and check out the VaiN Recruit Reveal episode 2. Go drop a like on it if you haven't already, and make sure you come back to the live so y'all can vibe out with us. You feel me? So, but shout out to all of the new recruits. That's okay. Let me get this right, because there's a few of them, right? So we got Draxi, Doxy, Bucko, Achilles, Jay Glizzy, and Shadow Wolf, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to the 6 new recruits, and welcome to
Big D's. Welcome to the org, yo. Welcome to the org, yo. Welcome to the fam, G.
Game family, you already know.
Yes, so,
yo, shout out to all of y'all. Everybody is definitely going crazy, and we can't wait to see which every single player brings to the table, yo. The content creators, the streamers, and competitive players alike. We can't wait to see. And speaking of competitive players, we are looking for one more Overwatch player.
Just one more
to fill our team, to get a full roster so we can start getting it popping. So it's about to, if you guys are out here, and you guys are going crazy on some Overwatch, we definitely want to see you. And we definitely want to, see you get some VaiN in front of your name. So y'all already know. My brother already told y'all how to do it, yo. Just follow them tips. You feel me? Just follow them tips. Follow them tips. They out there for you.
The tip.
Just the
tip. Hey, if y'all could definitely go by and check out a couple of those guys too. Also stream. We got Draxi, who is a streamer and comp player. We got G Lizzy over there streaming as well, and he streams on Twitch and YouTube. I think that Draxi only streams on Twitch, and then I'm not too sure about. I think Wolf occasionally streams as well on Twitch.
He does occasionally stream.
I don't know about Doxy. Achilles is a streamer. He did come in strictly for streaming. He is a streamer, content creator. So if you guys could go and check them out, yo, I would greatly appreciate that. And show love, yo. Show love, man. You know what I'm saying? Show love. We all on this journey, and we should all be able to enjoy this journey together. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that 100%. The journey is only as good as who you going on it with. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
The journey is what it is. It's all about the journey. That's one thing that we kind of preach a lot around here, is just focus on the journey. Don't focus on where you're trying to go at the end of the journey, because you're going to get there.
You're going to get there.
You got to focus on how you're going to get there and who you're going with. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So
yes, sir.
me and Vito, we understand that very well, and that's why we
Yes,
trying to
sir.
go together, and we already know we gonna go together. You know what I'm
Exactly. Yes,
So
sir.
it
Yes,
is
sir.
what it is, and we want to
Yes,
just
sir.
always share that positivity with everybody else. Am I right, my brother? Am I
Yes,
right?
sir. You talking? The GOAT has spoken. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, just to polish on that too, because I think I've said this a few times, is just enjoy the journey and what it brings, and not about what you see at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy it, ups, downs, whatever it is. That journey you on it for a reason. So enjoy it. Enjoy that journey for real, because you gonna get like Sensei said, you gonna get to where you gonna get to, as long as you stay consistent and you keep enjoying that journey.
Don't stop. But we see some of the VaiN family in the chat though. SimBaH in here, SimBaH the Great. My guy said VaiN fam in the building.
Yeah.
Jackson, V's up, baby.
Yeah.
We got Val Cash for somebody. My guy said,
Yo, what's going? What's good, Ash? We see you. Hashtag VaiN Ash in the chat.
Yes, sir. Jackson said the family.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, he might have started something.
He might have started something for real.
The family. No.
Yo, I was definitely not ready for you to bust out singing, fam. What? My man said that like the Addams family type shit.
I was trying to get it with a little Proud family in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hell nah. And then we got Remedy saying, "Yo, what's up with it, Remedy?
Yo, it was good, y'all. It was good. We hope y'all doing and having a fantastic Saturday night. I know some of y'all it's getting close to Sunday morning. Those of you that are on the East Coast, so I hope y'all definitely got to enjoy y'all day today.
I hope you got to enjoy your day, my brother.
I hope you got to enjoy your day too, G. I did actually. I'm not gonna lie, even though I didn't get very much sleep or very much rest, but I mean, I had a pretty good day. I could say is I woke up.
Why didn't you get too much sleep though? You feel me? Why didn't you get too much sleep?
Hey, look. I kept my promise though.
Yeah, nigga.
I kept my promise though. I did. I hopped out.
But shout out to you because Devito got all of his guns gold as well. Yo, my guy over there in the accomplishments, nigga. My nigga's in the accomplishments. 1K, those guns. Yo, yes, Orion is next, nigga. Let's go.
Sir.
Yo, shout out to
my bro. One step at a time, bro.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
It's definitely up, and we definitely can't wait to see you continue that grind. You feel me? Because of course,
we in there.
Stop,
we in there.
All right, but I can't get over the family. That's going crazy.
Family.
That's about to be my ringtone. Anytime you text, that's what's gonna go off. The family.
I'm with it.
Man. Oh, yo. But, like we said, the thing that we're gonna be going in today are the competitive states of basically the majority the games that we focus on the most. I guess we can throw Fortnite in there as well because we do focus on that as an org. So we kind of wanted to start with Apex Legends, and with Apex, the thing that we want to kind of talk about is like I said, we are family. Yeah.
I got all my brothers in me.
I got all my brothers in V's.
Hey, yo,
that goes hard though.
Out here, what are you talking about?
That goes hard though. I'm not gonna lie.
That did go hard. That did go hard.
Oh man. But the thing that we have to talk about is the fact that Cloud9 has removed themselves from the Apex Legends, what's it called? Basically, the ALTS.
The competitive scene. Yeah, the champion, the pro scene. They removed themselves from the pro scene.
Yeah, and this is coming at us from J Mills. I think it's J Mills, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Let's see where this video is at. I had it, but it disappeared. Here we go. Bam. So we're just gonna kind of check this video out, listen to what bro kind of has to say about the state of Apex and just the things that have been going on, and then we're gonna interject and give our opinions as well about what's going on. So
I'm ready.
You guys to as well jump in there and let us know how you're feeling about it. So let's jump into the first. Let's officially jump into our first topic, my guy.
Let's get it.
I think we can do this one like this, though.
Yeah. We definitely could do it like that.
My entire video recorded that I had to put back on hold and make this video instead because I could not believe the news that I was seeing today. And we will release that video tomorrow still. It's already been made. Don't worry about it. But man, this is shocking stuff to see one of the biggest organizations in the game leave the scene. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 95K before the end of the year, and I think we're definitely going to do it. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So there's going to be a lot of reading in this. There's a lot of context to give you guys here. Some of this stuff I saw myself. Some of the stuff people tagged me in. So thank you guys for all of that. But it started with C9 Naughty saying, I'm officially an unrestricted free agent as of today. Gave a tweet longer as well. But before you start wondering why in the world all of this happened, I actually got tagged in another post from this, and this was coming from Nico. Thank you for tagging me in this, Nico. That came from Alpha Intel that said Cloud9 has now officially left Apex Legends Esports, releasing their entire roster, Stay Naughty, Rocker, and Zach Mazer. So one of the biggest organizations, if not the top 3 biggest organizations or so in the game right now, has left the entire scene of Apex Legends Esports. Before we get into what these players specifically had to say, back September 15th, Team Liquid's Brandon Nocturnal also made this post saying, with the heavy heart as of today, we are allowed by Team Liquid to field offers for our roster. We're entertaining all offers, be it solo or as a whole. We have control over our pro league spot and we're hungrier than ever. Do not hesitate on this world-class roster. I think this is the indication and context that is in this next tweet I'm about to read, but it looks like, you know, Liquid's trying to get out of the scene as well. They're trying to just simply sell this roster and get out. Smash also made a tweet here saying Apex Legends is now losing Liquid and Cloud9, and even the players saying things like, quote, yeah, EA does not support the esports scene should really close any doubt about how bad EA has mismanaged the IP. And he quoted that from Zach Mazer's tweet longer saying he's now a free agent, co-IGL, IGL, or support, reflecting on past and explaining the Cloud9 situation, saying, first off, I want to say how crappy of a situation this is. I feel 100% confident without org problems, we would be sticking together. Cloud9 sponsorships were hit and had to dramatically cut back on their budget for 2023 because of the economy. Also, EA doesn't support the esport at the level they need to, and that affected it as well.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with Apex, and I know they had faith in us to build something great, just no resources to field a roster. So good on Zach Mazer to call out EA about how bad they're supporting the scene. And I want to throw this in there. You know what would have probably helped a little bit? If you guys don't remember, a while back, Apex Legends had these team organization skins that were made, and they were trying to add them to the game. However, all the orgs were, you know, wanting like a little bit of revenue share because it's their organization, it's their logo on the skins, and people are going to buy their skins because they want to support their team. It has nothing really to do with the Apex skins itself. Like, for instance, when I bought the CDL packs in Call of Duty, I bought the Florida one because the colors were really cool, and that's Florida Mutineers colors. I bought the Optic one because I love watching Optic. I bought the LA Thieves because I love watching LA Thieves. I didn't buy it because Call of Duty released a new color skin. If that was the case, I'd buy all their color skins. I bought it because specifically of the CDL team. Same concept could have been said about these skins, but EA did not want to give these organizations a revenue split, but instead they wanted to pay them a flat rate so that they could just release the skins and keep all the money. It was not outrageous for these orgs to be asking for a percentage of these skins so that they could have some of the revenue, considering they are the reason that people are buying the skin. Once again, EA's money hungry ways are showing through, and I'm telling you, bro, EA is what's harming this community more than ever. Even I'm Madness said, always a sad day when an organization leaves Apex. EA, please wake up. If you guys remember when the game first came out, we had a lot of esports organizations coming into the scene because they all thought this game was going to be the next big thing, and obviously Apex did very well for quite some time, and it's still obviously doing very well. However, a lot of these organizations saw that EA was not taking care of this esports scene whatsoever. A lot of those guys bailed, including 100 Thieves. Now we know 100 Thieves is obviously back in the scene now, but it was very obvious that EA was not taking care of the scene. And the only reason that many of these players came back, or many of these teams came back, is because
I remember when they left.
The massive viewership
that was like 2 seasons ago.
World Championship, where they began to realize, okay, maybe this game is worth getting into. When you have teams like Cloud9 literally leaving the scene and having to drop their entire roster, even teams like Team Liquid trying to get out of the Apex scene, it is not a good look. Those are two of like the top 5 orgs in the game, and you do not want to lose these guys. The even sadder thing is EA is going to have no urgency whatsoever to get teams like this back. They're not going to try to make things right. They'll just be like, uh-oh, whatever, another one bites the dust. So it's super unfortunate. I've also heard recently, I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but like apparently EA forces content to come out, like skin related content to come out like every so often. And even if you don't have something ready or planned, or even if you wanted to make a roadmap or change the way that they release content, EA is like not going to let it happen. And they know, hey, we make great money off of this 3-month thing, collection event stuff. We got to keep doing this, keep pumping out new skins. So if that is true, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was, it's super unfortunate that Respawn's kind of held under that thumb. However, that was not the only drama that was going on.
Okay, so let's just talk about and dissect that first part, and then we'll come back and then finish the video as well. So, bro, just off of that first thing that they're talking about, yo, when it comes when I mean Jay Mills is talking about when it comes to Apex Legends and esports and really not taking care of the whole the esports area. First and foremost, I'll say, what do you think is the reason maybe that this is happening? Is this like why do you think this is a thing? Because I think this is also happening with Call of Duty, to be completely honest. Like not to this the same extent, but kind of the same type of, everyone's kind of finding the same type of issues. That's why we're talking about the competitive scene and all these different games in the first place, right? So what are you thinking about what, just what Jay Mills was dropping on us right there?
I think a lot of it has to do with money.
Okay,
if I'm gonna be completely honest, I think that a lot of these teams are losing sponsors because content is at an all-time high, and people would rather see content over skill. And that's kind of been the thing for a while. I mean, that's been the thing pretty much since the start. I feel like the only reason why competitive gaming blew up is because it was kind of forced. Competitive gaming just kind of seems like it's shoved down everybody's throat. Like, if you're good at the game, you should compete. It's kind of like shoving it down, like not really shoving it down, but just like kind of trying to force us when things are out of flux, like how they tried to do with baseball, with football, with basketball, when we had like the lockouts and things like that. Esports is headed in that direction. It wasn't until this recent event. At first it looked like esports was headed in a very good direction. But you can tell it's very blatant and clear that a lot of it has to do with money, sponsorships, and people just not wanting to keep taking the risk on if a team does good or not. And they make more money doing content.
And to be completely honest, how good the team does also is based off of money and revenue. It's like, if you can't, money is how you get coaches, and money is how you're paying these players so they can be practicing all this time for at least, especially to the extent of how the ALGS and the CDL and all of the stuff, but we're specifically talking about ALGS right now. And it just kind of seems like I think they're hurting themselves a lot with this move that Jay Mills kind of finished with saying that they didn't want to allow the teams to have revenue for basically their skins, and
that just let it be known,
that's the weirdest thing. That's the weirdest thing ever, and that's not even how it works in regular sports when you get to the marketing and advertising and all that type of stuff. When the player has their shoes, they get that revenue from those shoes. Same with the jerseys, like they get the like if someone buys a LeBron jersey, LeBron doesn't get a lot of that money, but he gets a percentage of something. You feel me? Because it's his it's his property, basically. It's his life.
It's his name.
It's his name. There you go. And that's what, and it's just like he said, people are not out here buying skins because it's it's a Call of Duty skin. It's because it's a LA Thieves skin. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's because how that red looks on the Riot Shield. It's you know what I mean? It's because of these different things. It's not because, oh, it's Call of Duty, or else we would all be buying every single skin that's coming out all the time. But it's a way to, you know, distinguish what team you're going for. Like when you're playing, you know, 2K Madden, and you're playing the team that you want to play. You get to represent that team, and that's what it's all about. And it's pretty interesting to me. But I mean, let's look at EA though. Like EA's been kind of messed up for a minute with just the different things that's happened. Battlefield's not EA. Is it EA? Battlefield is EA, huh? Yeah, Battlefield. We got Battlefield. We see what's happening with that, Titanfall, and a lot of these things. So when we come to EA having an esports spot now, it's like, whoa. Well, now that's going to get even crazier, because look at all the things that are going on, and not only this, but they also had a similar thing happen with skins with the creators. Like the content creators and streamers were supposed to get skins, like on Fortnite, how you can play as Ninja and Cypher PK and all these other things. Apex was supposed to do the same thing, but once again, they didn't want to pay their creators. So, man, if you're not willing to put money out, then you're really not going to get money in.
Right. Yeah, and see, I think that Apex is trying to, not Apex. I think that EA is trying to recipher money, because it's a free-to-play game, and they put so much money into keeping it fresh and to keeping it exciting, keeping it fun, and it just seems like they're wanting to collect the money on that because it's free to play.
Yeah.
So they're not getting anything from you for playing it at all. Like, they're not making any money off of it.
True.
You know, and when they do put out like a battle pass or anything like that, the battle passes are not very expensive. And you got to think, majority of players that play Apex don't even buy the battle pass, because they're playing Apex because
you can get the points from the battle pass to buy the next one. And so, no, that is a good point. And unlike Call of Duty and even Rainbow Six Siege when it first started, Overwatch as well, when it first started, you have to buy every single game to play it.
And Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite's always been free. When it comes to Battle Royale,
but what I'm saying, like their battle passes and stuff, like you have to buy it.
This is the difference that I'm saying with the games, is that when you have Call of Duty and these different games,
right, you have to purchase those games.
You're like buying in to play the game in the first place,
right?
So you're
like an entry fee.
The game by playing it right off the rip, because you got to buy it to play it. But now with this new state, I think battle royales in general, it's very different. I think it's hard to try and create an esports scene with battle royales and try to mimic something that is a like regular 6v6, 5v5, 4v4 multiplayer type of game.
Right.
I don't think you can franchise it the same way. I don't think you can do a lot of the things the same, because it's, you know, we're going off. It's once you get to the high levels of these games, it's not even gameplay really anymore. It's just survival of the fittest at that point. You know what I mean? So you're not really watching people hit crazy plays until it's the very end, and then something happens or something like that. And then it's the play of the game, and then you get the highlights then. But with games like Call of Duty, with games like Overwatch, every match, there's multiple things that can happen, especially going from with Call of Duty, going from different game modes and stuff. I mean, Overwatch is the same as well, and Valorant is the same game mode the entire time, but still, it's like you get a lot of variety of people being able to pop off, and multiple players being able to pop off. And with games like Apex and maybe even Warzone, I haven't watched a lot of Warzone esports, to be completely honest, so I can't speak heavily on that. But with games like Apex, it's not the same when you're watching it in that manner. Even when you're watching your favorite streamer, it's not the same when they're in the tournament. They're not popping off the same way, because you have a match full of 60 people that are all popping off like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole other ball game now. They're not hitting 360 no scopes in this game. Like, bro, they got to really play, because everyone is really playing at this point, right? So
yeah.
So I think it's really interesting to see where esports is going to be going, because unlike regular sports, you have these video games that is the thing that runs everything, and it's not all of the franchises of the different teams that are putting it in there to. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying, but
Yeah, no, I got you,
know what I mean?
because what I could say to the whole entire thing about these free to play BRs and things like that is none of them really have created a stable customs game mode for them to stabilize having a lot of people in one server for one, and then for two, you can't go to a LAN event with 120 people having to be there to play and then sell tickets for that. Like, that's the direction it was going in. Yeah. But seeing where it's at right now, people are losing faith in that. You know what I mean? Yeah. People are losing faith in that dream and that achievement. And EA and even Fortnite, the biggest BRs that are out there, are losing their people due to this because of not being able to execute on their goal that they've preached to everybody. You know, it's like, believe in us, believe in us, believe in us. Give us, 5 years and we'll be there. Well, here we are 13 seasons in. We're coming up on that 5-year mark and things haven't changed. You know what I mean? Like, I think Apex is actually well over 5 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Maybe, possibly.
So, I mean, it's like, they put a raw timestamp on things, and there was development really fast. But that's what happens when you're putting money into something. It's going to develop really quickly.
Next year, 5 years.
But now you're losing. Oh, okay. So it's like, that 5-year mark is coming.
That 5-year mark, and that's when you really get to measure the longevity of a game, to be completely honest. Because it's like, okay, once we get to the 5-year anniversary, what are you going to do different? And Apex, they have been saying that there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be actually changing for Apex Legends. We also know that they're implementing all these new game modes, and they're trying to switch it up, adding new characters constantly, like we were kind of talking about before. They are trying to keep the content fresh. They're doing their damnedest, but at the same time, if you're not taking care of the orgs, and if you're not taking care of the creators and the streamers that are going to make your game blow up, what really are you doing, and what really is the point of what's happening right here? Because sometimes it can almost feel like it can almost feel like these things that are going on are almost like schemes to get money from the games. It's like we're just out to get money from you guys, and that's it. And then they implement the way that you can do tournaments on your own and do all these other things. And like you said, that's something that battle royales don't have, other than Fortnite. To be completely honest, Fortnite is the only game that's a battle royale that has really accomplished properly executing custom game modes and being able to do the 1v1s and being able to have a whole freaking server full of people and run your own battle royale.
And see, with COD, if you're in a BR, if you're in the war zone, right, and say you smoke somebody, and they're like, and they start messaging you, bro, 1v1 me. Well, guess what? You got to have the full game and able to 1v1 anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of things that Call of Duty has established and why they have been known to destroy the reputations of other games. Everybody keeps wanting the next game, the next FPS, the next third-person shooter to be the COD killer. But what we're not realizing is that COD every single year finds a way to entice you into buying their game. No matter what, you can try to fight it. You can try to say, oh, my God, it's not that good. It's just point and click. It's just this. It's aim assist. It's this. It's that. It's this. You can come up with all the reasons in the world as to why Call of Duty won't ever do good, but they seem to break a world record almost every single year. And once they flop, guess what? They hurry up and push out another COD. Yep. Everybody wants Modern Warfare 2 to flop so bad, it's succeeding.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you prey on people's downfall. Instead of trying to help them and make a game good, you automatically throw it in the trash and say, oh my God, this game is not good. But guess what? It's the only game that's fun because you ain't hopping on CSGO because guess what? That's a real competitive scene over there. That is tactical, slow. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants to see that. Everything is revolving around content. And everybody wants to try to deny it. Oh, it's just a video game. Oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just that. But let's be 100% here. Let's be completely honest. You're watching a BR with, let's say, 75 people. You have to sit there. That tournament is going to take at least 2 hours if they're on a LAN. That one tournament is 2 hours. And you're not getting no high action because you have to wait for the circles to close. Everybody is looting. Everybody is like, we watched it at the COD Next event. I feel like the COD Next event was to show us why they won't host those type of tournaments. Because look, we got everybody here, but the views dropped tremendously while that event was going on. Because it's like they're trying to go from streamer to streamer to streamer to streamer to streamer to streamer and show you what's going on because it was nothing but content creators playing Warzone at that time. And then again, when they did it a second time, it was really like, bro, ain't nobody gonna watch this, even though you got swag in there, you got, all Booyah, you got all these Warzone, gods pretty much in there playing, and nobody really wanted to watch it because Warzone is slow. It's slow. Nobody really watches the $100,000 tournaments that they have. I mean, they put money into these BRs.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
they put dollars into these people to win these tournaments, and nobody is really enticed by it because of how slow the pace is. Just like nobody has really been enticed by CSGO tournaments, Valorant tournaments. Like all these big pro teams, they get so invested into it because they think that that's where it's at. But at the end of the day, you have to think when you're monetized on a platform, you're pulling in revenue from that. And if you're not pulling in enough revenue from that on that platform, you're putting in more money than you're getting out, and it's not working for you. So now you have no money to put into keep on developing the game. And the game is just free to play. And CSGO thrived hard because guess what? The game was $50. And everything that they had, you had to pay to enter it. Every event CSGO has ever had, they were all paid to play. Everything was paid to play. Everything. Paid to play will always be superior over free to play, and it sucks. But if you want to enjoy a good free-to-play game and just enjoy free-to-play content, you damn near have to become a content creator yourself.
Yeah, no, that's that. And that's kind of the thing that I was going to kind of say, too, is when it comes to even the pro scene of Apex, of Warzone and things like that, you find a lot more content creation happening than anything else because it's just that's what it is. That's just what it is.
Yep. The reason why Nick Merckx succeeds highly at playing Apex is because it gives him time to create content before the action picks up. You know what I'm saying? He can be himself. He can do everything a content creator is supposed to have. He's like the prime example of a content creator. He's able to play his game, play slow, and he's really good at it too.
Yep.
But he can crack a joke like a motherfucker and keep you there, keep you watching that slow ass game because he's funny, forehead. G. And his forehead. And his forehead, G, because he is that guy. He's funny. There was a reason why there was over 100,000 people watching him play Warzone or watching him do watching him play Warzone, watching him play Apex. Like, there's a reason why we watch him, and it's because his personality. Like, we have to understand that the world of content is changed. It's no longer about skill. It's no longer about how good you are. Like, it can be. It can be. But you be funny and skilled at the same time. Can you be funny and keep up that high action, high octane gameplay? Like, can you do all of these things that it takes to be a content creator? And Nick Merckx has concluded and found his formula, and found his comfortable spot in doing that. Ninja was a personality streamer, and he still is. Like you know, they're good at the games. Don't get me wrong; they'll clap you up. But when they lose a match, guess what they're doing? They're vibing, they're laughing, you know what I'm saying? Tim the Tap Man, Dr. Disrespect. I remember when all those guys used to stream and it was all about their gameplay for them. And once they became Warzone creators and BR creators, you finally actually got to see them for who they really were, because they were able to just be themselves on stream, do what they do, laugh, talk to their chat. You know what yeah, exactly. And that's the day and age that we live in. It's all about the vibes. It's no longer about what you do in the game. Like, yeah, some people want to see that, but guess what? The people that do that, they know somebody, they got in, and now everything is held up on a bigger platform. And when that bigger platform goes live, I guarantee you there's going to be 100,000 people in there watching that.
Yeah, that's facts. And I think those are all really good points. And I think we that's a good segue into the next part of the video as well. Achilles jumps in. What's up with my guy? Like I said, like a little piggy. How much have I missed? I don't think you missed too much when you came in. We've just kind of been talking about just the competitive state of different video games overall. So we're talking about Apex now. And we're about to wrap up our Apex talk, and then we're gonna move into the next game and get into that competitive scene. So definitely drop your thoughts, my G. Like I said, I'm a firm believer that people can't go pro in a BR. I think I can understand the basis of what you're saying with that. Because BRs are more like we were kind of talking about. It makes it's just a content creation type of vibe with that. I don't know why, but it's just what comes with the battle royale. But we have seen people go pro for sure, but it doesn't hit it feels like it's not the same way as much as it is with going pro in like the games like Call of Duty, Overwatch, doing the Call of Duty League or Overwatch League or things like that. Other than Fortnite, once again, Fortnite is the game that just kind of is different. It just doesn't adhere to the same status quo as other battle royales for some reason. It makes its own status quo basically.
Fortnite will become the next.
You have arenas you can do, and they got the arenas tournaments where it is like more of a slow type of vibe. You got the building tournaments, you got the no build tournaments, you got all of the tournaments now. And unlike a lot of these other games, Fortnite is the only one that understands that people want to play tournaments on the actual video game. And it's like that's something that should be happening all the time in every video game, to be completely honest. You should be able to hop on Call of Duty and know that the CDL tournament is going to happen for these next 5 weekends on Call of Duty, or for these next 5 weekends on Overwatch, or whatever the case may be. Apex Legends should be the same way as well. But it's just like, for some reason, Fortnite is the only one that knows how to handle their servers properly and knows how to update their servers properly, and no one else knows what to do. So we just kind of need Fortnite to be a little bit nicer and let a little bit more people in on the game and see what the hell they got going on in the background, because they're able to take their game offline and update it to an entirely new game almost, and then put it back online. And, we saw Overwatch do that as well, with Overwatch turning to Overwatch 2. And then we saw Modern Warfare do that as well with Warzone becoming Warzone 2. And, now the other game doesn't exist anymore. It's still the same Warzone, but it's not the same Warzone at the same time. So we're seeing more games do that, but we need more games.
Warzone actually booted their original Warzone back up.
What?
Yep. You can go back and play Warzone 1.
That's wild. I had no idea. Yeah, I didn't know that at all. But
yeah, they just I think it was like a week and a half after they were able to put it back up.
Okay, that's wild. I'm not gonna lie, that's insane. So But yeah, man, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, bro, we got to figure out how to get these games at a higher level, at a higher capacity, how really get these games to a point to where we can run these run these tournaments on them and actually be able to have these games and have these things go on, and we can have them at multiple levels. For like when it comes to CDL, you should be able to go into, like, there needs to be able to be more than just the challengers and then the pros, you know what I mean, as brackets. There should be so many more brackets of things that happen inside and outside of pro and amateur. That's just what that's how gaming has kind of always been, and then it's kind of moved away from that happening a little bit with how these scenes are becoming more franchised, I guess you can say, as well. But it's like, I don't think it should be the death of everything else. So hopefully we see something change, and like I said, let's jump back into this Apex video and see what the next part is.
In the ALGS scene yesterday, you guys might know big streamers like Taxi2G, Nakoko Puffs. Well, they had quite a lot of drama as well, and it turned out pretty nasty. So while they were playing the ALGS, Taxi2G, I think, was playing with Cruisin' and Nakoko Puffs, and they fell into a lot of drama. They fell into a lot of disagreements, and for whatever reason, Taxi just decided to quit in the middle of the day. Did not even finish out the tournament, didn't finish out the day, just got off and left and went to go play pubs. So of course, people were calling him out for this and saying, bro, at the end of the day, you've got to finish out the day. Don't be a sore loser. Don't quit like that, And I even said, when I responded, I actually understood his frustrations. I saw the clips and I was like, I could see why he was a little upset. However, you can't leave and just get off like that and expect people to respect you. When people started to see this and they started to roast Taxi decided to come out with these tweets that honestly made no sense, saying things like, it's honestly freeing when small stuff like this happens. Not really that small. I mean, you left in the middle of ALGS. A lot of people were watching, and that's your reputation. Anyway, saying stay fake and stay chasing that clout. Yeah, I don't really know what clout they're chasing by criticizing you for leaving in the middle of a tournament. He began to make these tweets right here. These are the reasons why I left. Constant gaslighting last time we played as well, and then ignoring. You go through these clips, and I actually responded saying, like, I understand your frustrations. Like, they were not listening to him. They were not, like, kind of following him. They were leaving when he was saying that he was challenging. Then they said that he wasn't challenging. It totally made sense. However, also said, look, at the end of the day, leaving in the middle of a tournament is lame, and you can't expect people to respect you for that. I mean, that is just textbook crybaby energy, and you just cannot expect people to get behind that. He was even responding to some of the people saying, I guess you're entitled to your opinion, blah, blah, blah. But whenever I said it, he just blocked me. And like Taxi does, he began to go on blocking spree and blocking everybody. So when I made a tweet yesterday saying I joined the club and showing that I got blocked, literally everybody came to comments and was like, yeah, don't worry, we all got blocked too. Don't get me wrong, I'm completely for, block whoever you want to block. It's your social media. You can do whatever you want. But what I'm just saying is something is weird with a lot of these younger guys who have just found that, if things get hard, if things get tough, just bail out, block everybody. Don't listen to them. Don't worry about it. You don't owe an answer to anybody. And that's partially true. You don't owe an answer to anybody, but people have been taught that you can just get away and not face people anymore like you used to. So instead of going to someone and say, hey, this is what I'm sick of, this is what has got to stop, and I'm tired of all of this, start to lack really bad communication skills, because at any point in time you've just decided you can bail and block everybody. This is a super weird illustration, but I also think it's the same concept of like breaking up with people over text. Like, instead of going to the girl and say, hey, here's why things aren't working out, here's why I can't do this anymore, you're so scared of her reaction back to you and how you're gonna feel and how you might get your feelings hurt from her. You just decided, send it over text, send it over social media. You don't have to see nothing that she said. You don't have to hear her response. Get your feelings hurt. That's the same type of energy that this is. I don't know, but the main point of the video, yes, there was a lot of ALGS drama. The biggest of it is that obviously Cloud9 left the scene, and it sucks to see, man. I really hate that they even said things like EA is not taking care of the esports scenes. It sucks to see on such a big and game that has so much potential. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video if you guys didn't.
Man, that was our just like, yeah, man. I when it comes to the last part, you want to?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this again. A game that has so much potential, like he said it at the end of the video, that put the stamp on it. A game that has so much potential. It was given its shelf life, and its shelf life actually lasted longer than what even I thought it was going to last. When I initially first seen Apex come out, I thought to myself, holy shit, this is a knockoff Titanfall. And Titanfall only lasted for 2 years. Literally. 1 year, it got its reign. The second year was like, I don't know about this. And then Apex was like, hey, we can make up for what we lacked. And they did. Like, literally. I jumped in, I think it was like maybe season 3, season 4. I just remember that the OG map was gone. And I started playing when season into, I believe that map, World's Edge, right? I think that was like season 4 or season 3, somewhere in there. And I just remember thinking to myself, holy shit, like this game is good, but I don't think it's going to make it. I don't think it's going to survive because so many kids wanted to play Apex and like people my age just didn't really. I mean, so many kids wanted to play Fortnite. I'm sorry. And people my age really didn't want to
play Fortnite at
play Fortnite or really even play Apex that much either. Like they liked it, but it was just like I'm about to go play something else though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you could literally play Apex for like an hour or two, and then you're tired of it. You're done, right? And that's just what it is with that game. Its potential, but it leads back to other things. I definitely have things to say about him leaving as well. But I think that we should, you know, I think we should just kind of see what you got to say about Apex in the end of that video.
Yeah, well, the thing that I'll say about, you know, we'll leave the dude leaving for the very, like, we'll talk about that as well, because I know we both have a lot to talk about when it comes to that part. But what I will say is Apex Legends does have so much potential as a video game, and I truly hope that they fix things like how Arenas is, and add more multiplayer type of role games into the game, so we can see more of a diverse esports with just one game. The same way now that we have Call of Duty is the perfect example of just diversity in a video game, because you have the tournaments.
Okay, so you want to see it like an Overwatch,
and you have this is the thing that I'm saying more than anything. Arenas, if Arenas could come to like an esports level of things, that would be awesome, right? Because then you get that, having that as well. And what I'm saying is, if Apex could get more multiplayer game modes in there, then it can become a more diverse esports platform, to where you're not just having to focus on the battle royale only. And then different esports orgs don't have to create this team. They can create that team if they want to. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to worry about having an Apex Legends Battle Royale team necessarily. They can have an Arenas team
like
for
COD
Apex instead, just like COD. Exactly. And then it just makes the game a little bit more diverse, and you're able to then change how the scene is overall. Like, you're able to maneuver a lot more freely and not feel so tied down to one thing. Right. But once again, this is the thing that's the issue, is when we get back to the server issue that we were talking about before. Like, it's just really hard for these video games to create better servers once they built it off of a not so good server. You know what I mean? No one knew where the future of gaming was going when they created these games initially. I don't think these games were necessarily built for an esports platform when they were created. They were just like, oh, let's make a video game. And then it's like, holy shit, we can actually put this into a whole nother level of gaming as well. And then it's like, now we're just going to try and do what everyone else is doing, but we can't actually execute what's happening there because we don't have the advertising space. We don't have this, we don't have that. And now all of the money are happening. We don't have the money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now we get in this perpetual infinity, to where, oh, well, we'll give you your skins, but we want to keep the money.
We need the money for that.
Yeah, I mean, we need the money. We need the money, but it's like the teams are like, well, no, we need the money.
We need the money.
We're just gonna put.
We need to fund our players.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so from both sides, everything makes a lot of sense, and I think that the issue is that the orgs and the game developers are not in enough talk together, or you know what I mean, like ownership needs to have some say so, the same way it is in like the NFL and the NBA. Like, you know what I mean? Like owners get a say so in what's happening and certain things and the
They
direction
take a
of
vote.
stuff that's gonna go. They make a vote on different shit. Like there needs to be a board put in place for things. Like this is the direction that if they want esports to be taken seriously, like how sports is taken seriously, then we need to start taking some of these similar notes. And it just doesn't feel like we are making any of the steps in the correct direction. Right. And but the reason is this: unlike regular sports, you have casuals that play these games as well. So you are not able to properly balance the game to the way that it needs to be fine-tuned for pro level scene. And that's why I think these games are hurt by not having a CDL type playlist.
That was the whole point of SBMM.
Yeah, you know, like there should be like, okay, ranked is cool, but there needs to be an ALGS playlist to where it's like, okay, in Apex Legends, these guns and these attachments and this shit is all different. Like it's all, everything is different. Like it only goes up to this attachment. They don't have these. They go off of Apex Legends in the first season instead of this patch of Apex. You know what I mean? It's just certain things like that should be focused on and fine-tuned to where you have this game that is for everybody and the casuals and the chilling, and we can go into ranked still, but we're still casually playing ranked. And then you need to have the ALGS CDL Overwatch League playlist as well, to where you can really sweat in some scrims and really go crazy, and you don't have to be, you know,
give those guys a chance
that's spending 10 hours a day in order to get grandmaster rank on Overwatch or get all of these high level rank. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the ranks of stuff, it's very rare that these pros are in the highest of the ranks because they're actually practicing for the game. Like, you know, so it's content creators that are actually in these high ranks. The pros are in the high ranks when they get a chance to, but overall, that's not what they're focused on. So if we can get that balance of, hey, this is the tournament level playlist, or this is the tourney playlist, why wouldn't we do that is the thing that kind of confuses me. And once again, it's the server issue. So it's like I don't know what the right direction is for a lot of these video games to go in from this point, because they've almost backed themselves into a corner with the decisions that they've made and the things that they've done. So yeah, that's kind of my 5 cents and a quarter on it. You feel me?
So I will say I completely agree with everything that you said. And another thing that I'll say is that a major problem is the only reason why, and I really hate to say this, the only reason why Apex is so successful is because of their content creators. Their content creators will buy every skin because that skin is gameplay. Like they will buy the heirlooms because guess what? That's what casuals want to go watch. They want to go see that guy that's really good at the game play with the heirloom that they could possibly get, with the skin they could possibly get, with the money they can possibly buy. So that's their advertisement. That's where they get their money at. And so now you're not putting that into your pro scene. You're not telling your pro scene, hey, you need to be a content creator. And this is where we're failing at. Yeah. In the esports scene, period. Because guess what? When you get to the NFL level, when you get to the collegiate level, it's all broadcasted on television to those and telling those who are watching it that, hey, this is a dream that we all had. You can accomplish it too. So guess what? Now they're on their parents. Mom, go buy me this. Mom, get me this. Mom, I need those cleats. Mom, Dad, I need this. Dad, I need that. Mom, I need this. And that's the same exact thing that is going on in the esports world. And you're putting the attention in the wrong area. You're not giving these guys the opportunity to be what they have set out their entire careers to do. Yeah. You're not giving them the opportunity. You're not telling them, hey, and able to succeed here, you have to make content based off of what you're doing as a pro player. I'm sorry that you don't want to be out in the limelight, that you don't want to do this, that you don't want to do that. But guess what? At the end of the day, everybody got a social media account on something. Just because you don't have a Facebook, I guarantee you got an Instagram. Oh, you don't got an Instagram, but you got a Twitter. Oh, you don't got a Twitter, but you got a Discord. You don't use Discord? I know you use Tumblr. At the end of the day, everything is based on social media and content because you're on it 24/7. It's the day and age that we're at. You're always on YouTube. You're always on Twitch. You're always on different platforms. They even got different platforms trying to be like exactly like these other platforms. People are out here trying to recreate YouTube, recreate Twitch, recreate Twitter. They see Twitter as a little bit of drama. Well, where are we going to go now? Where does Twitter go if it gets shut down? Like these are conversations that we've had. And so just to pin it, it's the fact that you're telling these guys to keep playing the game and try to have fun and giving him all these feels of like, if you do this, if you do that, you can succeed. But you're not telling him, you're not giving him the actual sauce. You're giving him the Smart and Final knockoff instead of the actual sauce that has the real ingredients in it that makes that special sauce taste so good. You're giving him that unhealthy shit that may taste like the real stuff, but it ain't quite it, and it's killing you.
Nah, that's facts though. But let's move on to the second part of that video, and let's talk about home guy that left in the middle of the tournament. Okay, so let's just paint this scene. I'm gonna paint the scene first, and then I'm gonna ask you, how you would feel in this moment, and it is a little bit different from coming from us because we understand from a different perspective.
Right.
Let's still look at it, okay? Once again, I'm gonna paint the scene. Apex Legends is a 3-man game, so that's 3 people on the team. That would be you and 2 other people. Apex Legends also is a game that changes and things change in the game, and you kind of got to be up on game with that. And movement is a very high thing. Like movement, everything that you do on Apex is very serious. So you really got to practice in that. You know what I mean? ALGS also very serious. Like they don't play around. I'm pretty sure Apex Legends is franchised now, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a franchise where you got to buy in and all that good stuff, right? So you're on the roster, 3 of y'all in the middle of the tourney. You're playing 2 other people that your teammates that you believe in and that you're ready to go play it with. You guys are going. Your boy. Some guy is having a bad day. He's just having a bad day, and you can tell he's having a bad day. These tourneys ain't for no little money, by the way.
Right.
Let me bring up hold on. Let me see. ALGS champion prize. Let me see. First place gets $100,000 for North America. That's what I'm reading right here. So just off of this first answer that $1,000 is on the line. Something don't go somebody's tournament, bruh, disconnects is out of there. Leaves all you hear is from the Discord. That's all you hear. In the middle of the tourney, he just
yeah.
And you see this player is no longer in the game.
Yeah.
How do you feel at that moment?
So,
like, honestly, how do you feel at that moment?
From that perspective, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would be upset. Especially if, let's just say I'm the IGL, right? So if I'm the IGL and, I'm asking this guy, hey, let's keep it together. I know you're probably not having a very good day today. Just keep your head up, stay focused. Let's, all the things that an IGL is supposed to preach to their team,
Yeah.
But you as an IGL are having a bad day as well.
Yeah.
And that's it's bleeding. It's bleeding, it's screaming. I mean, it's everything, right? So that's why. No, I'm sorry. Before I even go into that. Before I even go in that. So I would probably be pretty pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I initially, it could be an emotion of what the fuck just happened.
What the fuck just happened? I would be furious, brother. And what this kind of reminds me of, to be honest, is Antonio Brown when he took his jersey off and threw it and walked off the field. It's like it's unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's not how you get down when you get to a professional level of playing any type of sport, no matter what. There is a certain level of respect that you come with when you get on the field, when you get in a game, when you get into the mindset of a winner, period. That's just, you know what I mean? That's what it is at the end of the day, because everyone that's playing is trying to win. So once you get into that winner mindset and you do something like this, I just feel like that is completely unacceptable, bro. And I feel like your name is almost tarnished for the rest of your life. And you're not going to be able to get picked up by any other team because they know you're not a team player. Even if your team was the ones that weren't being team players and causing something to happen, because apparently from what J Mill said, that's kind of what happened, is that the team was being very toxic about the situation as well, back to bruh. But at the end of the day, you're not in a game with your friends in a Discord call, on a Saturday night. Just chilling, and you're like, I'm not about to take this shit. I'm out of here. That's not that's not what it is, yo. You can't just turn the Xbox off and go to bed. You know what I'm saying? You can't put on Do Not Disturb and watch Netflix. It's a whole other ball game that we're in. That's crazy.
I just want to say the world that we live in is now you can't assume the things that go on in the situation, right? You have to know both sides of the story. You have to know what happened, how things transpired. And obviously, bro was clipping the whole entire scenario because he knew that he was going to leave. He had to, there had to have been something that transpired during, before, you know what I'm saying? There was it was a whole event of things that had caused this to happen. And we don't have his side of the story. We assumed something because of the way that it happened in that moment. And that's why you don't conduct yourself in that manner. But unfortunately, being in an Apex game, there's only 3 people. So if 2 of those 3 people is ganging up on one,
that's true,
and you can't stop that from happening, the only way to stop it from happening is to leave. And that kind of just seems like what happened. Bro was just like, I can't win for losing. I'm getting double teamed by 2 people. He seemed like he was the IGL, and his partners his teammates were just being dicks.
Yeah.
And at that point, what do? You can't scream at the top of your lungs, yelling at them because you're being broadcasted to hundreds of thousands of people. So do you say TOS stuff, get banned, and that really tarnish your name, or do you leave, tell the story later, and resurrect from the situation after that? You know what I'm saying? That is the situation in the scenario that I see in this sense. Yeah. And it sucks because being that we are in this age of where everybody looks like a crybaby, or just like he was saying, you can't approach them because they just shut down. You can't talk to them. You can't do these things. You can't tell them, oh, hey, look, this is making me feel some type of way, because you're afraid of how they're going to respond, or this, that, and the other. But sometimes it's not even just being afraid of how they're going to respond. It's that how they are going to respond, and you know for a fact that you as a person can't deal with that. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So I'm gonna just take for instance, you're on GTA and you're just trying to vibe out with your homies, and this gang keeps coming up, gang banging on you, and they keep killing you in game on GTA. They just over repetitively targeting you. You're going to get upset, and guess what? You're going to go say things to them that the world may not need to hear because they'll take offense to it, and you might be being called a homophobe. You know what I mean? Like, you might be getting called a bunch of names, and that really tarnish your name after that, and you can't come back from it. I feel like he made the right choice in this scenario. That's my opinion.
Oh, really?
Based on just what I saw.
That's been put
forth. Just based on what I saw, based on the clips.
I would actually kind of like to see what those clips were, to be honest.
I think they took them down. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna lie, because you sent it to me pretty much the day that had all transpired. The clips were still there, but I think they got removed. Because they were just, it comes down to a point now of where they're trying to protect the other people. It goes into investigation, just a lot of things like that. But you could try to see if the clips are still there, because it was a very toxic situation. They're not listening.
That's a very toxic situation to be in. And like you said, there's only so many decisions that you can make at that point when you're like, yo, I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to go berserk. And if that was the point that he was really at, and they were truly gaslighting him the entire time and just going in, I could understand that. And sometimes some people just don't like to explain themselves also. And they just be like, bro, you weren't there. And I'm not about to explain myself to 47,000 different people. So I'm just going to block you. That is a stance that people have the right to take. But still.
Now, I don't agree. I don't agree with that part.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it just feels like we're like, I kind of just to kind of not be a complete mockingbird, but kind of just to say what you were saying. It's just we're in this day and age where people don't want to stand up for themselves all the time, and sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that's a bad
thing. Yep.
So it's kind of one of those case by case scenarios, and if he was on the breaking point, like, it's kind of been that's kind of the picture that's been painted, as that he was at the breaking point of the situation. And I do want to watch those clips probably at another day, not necessarily right now, but I do want to see if they're somewhere, because I want to be able to properly formulate an opinion on what actually happened. And it seems to me, though, like I do agree with you. If he was at the point of it was about to get mad zesty and mad spicy in there, and he was about to start going in and really tarnish his own name to the point of no return, then it's like they say, if you ain't got
you hearing that, don't say it at all. I mean? And you hearing that Discord?
Yep, exactly. Then it be like that. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what's going on here, and we're definitely interested in hearing how your guys' opinion is on this situation, and kind of what do you think is the proper way to handle a situation, or how you would have handled a situation like this, and have you ever been in a situation like this, especially because in this competitive scene that we're in today, and a lot of people trying to be competitive as well, there's a lot of different things that go down and happen and transpire that sometimes we're not akin to all the way. So definitely would like to hear other people's side of the story, or opinions on the matter, or whatever the case may be. All right. Let's see what is next. Overwatch. Okay, Overwatch. We're not going to talk too long and extensively about Overwatch, but the thing about Overwatch is it's kind of in a similar state to what we were just saying with Apex Legends in a way, but it's different because Overwatch is one of those games where it's now free to play, right? So now that it's free to play, and it does have the battle pass, it's falling under a lot of these parameters, like we were saying before about Apex Legends, to where they're trying to keep up in a new system that they were not actually built or prepared for, to be completely honest. It's another one of those games where we need we need to see another playlist or something come into play to be able to maybe diversify the game a little more.
And I'm just gonna capitalize on that actually too as well. Like another thing is with that is that's where Call of Duty will always succeed, is because they'll always give you a list of what you can and cannot use. You will go use that setup in pubs, you will go use that setup in ranked, and you will go use that setup when you have a tournament because you want to get used to that setup. And these other games do not put you in a position to be able to do that. They don't provide that system for you. And that is what is needed. Like, I agree with you 100%. They need to incorporate something that allows them, and Call of Duty is just getting to the point of where they're stabilizing that. So again, that's probably one of those things of where they're just kind of holding on to the secret sauce from everybody else, not letting them get a dabble in how to do things like that. Which I can't really see that coming from COD, because COD works with a lot of different composers and a lot of different people that work on other games. That is where they get a lot of their ideas from. I'm just glad that Call of Duty actually went back to how they were started and recoded back into how OG COD was, and stopped taking from all the other individual games
right?
that they were doing, because that's all these last 6 years have been. It's been experimenting from other games. Now that they've established what they know works, they're rebuilding their coding, they're rebuilding their game, they've rebuilt everything that they destroyed with all those testings, and now we finally have a solid Call of Duty. And now you're going to see another COD that they're able to incorporate all these good things into that they tested on before and actually give us a good product out of that. And there is going to be a skill gap because they're bringing back jetpacks, they're bringing back the movement, they're bringing back all these things. And so just to come back into Overwatch, they need that as well, because Overwatch gave COD a lot of what they have in today. Like, they literally gave them the formula. Like, literally. Like, I mean, like, you can't go. The guy went from Overwatch to Call of Duty to come back to Overwatch. Like, you just went over there, gave those guys the setup, said, hey, take it all, and then I'm going to go back and work on my game.
I mean, look at Black Ops 4. That was when we saw a lot of the operator actual, like,
they said they were working with all the Overwatch creators.
Yep, that was like the real big beginning of COD. The COD change in the way a lot of people didn't like, and a way that a lot of people did like, because COD was still in that area of kind of trying to blend their game with other games still a little bit. That was COD and Overwatch, and then now we're at where we're at with Call of Duty. Well, we're going to talk about Call of Duty in a second, but when it comes to Overwatch, though, it was just so it was just very different, man. It's always been a very different game, and Overwatch, with all of the different characters that there are as well, it's a very different ball game from games like Apex and Call of Duty, because you're still able to, at some point, even though with Apex there's different legends and all of that stuff, there are still the same guns that everyone has access to. But with Overwatch, you're not playing with guns and different, you're playing with just different characters and what they do and what they're going to bring to the table. And when you have to balance a character for a ranked player, you shouldn't have to balance the game for the regular casuals as well. It just shouldn't exist on the same platform type of thing. It shouldn't exist in the same area. They should be able to do something very similar, you know what I mean? Because everybody wants to become this player and do all of that stuff, but there needs to be a set playlist for that area, because in the end, you're never going to be able to complement pros and casuals simultaneously. It's just not going to happen. That's why they have street ball
because
that people play. They don't play with the regular NBA rules. Like they play 21. It's not a rep on the court, Nick. Like there's just, you know, it's a difference. And that's why I think that's something that video games need to start. If we really want esports to become something bigger, that's going to be the first thing that separates the pros from the casuals is the way that they play in the game and the rules that there are when they're playing the game as well. You know, like Call of Duty already has that with the guns that you can use and the attachments in the form of the lack of attachments and skill.
And again, Call of Duty
and all of that stuff, you know, there are things that you can take away from the game to make it more competitive,
more better.
And then it's like, why is Call of Duty taking hints from every other game and no games are taking hints from Call of Duty?
I'm just gonna say this, yo. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that we said before, and this is just, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm just gonna say that I think that we're actually finally getting to see the picture of COD listening to their community more than any other game.
Yes.
And that's sad because the word that goes around is COD doesn't listen to their community. But guess what? They listen to who makes them money.
Yep.
So the game gets balanced for the pro players. And then they listen to those who play casually, and the game gets balanced for the casuals. If you don't want to play sweaty casuals, then go play ranked. If you don't want to play sweaty ranked, then go back with the sweaty casuals. The guys that are creating content, that are dropping nukes, that are getting all these kill streaks, that are doing all these things and making the game look fun to the casuals, because that's what they're doing. And they got to eat just like those pro players do. You know what I'm saying? So now, again, it's just one of those things of where COD is showing everybody, hey, y'all think we ain't listening, but we listening. Because guess what? Halo has failed. Apex is failing. Yeah. Fortnite is kind of like, okay, where are we at in this situation? You know, do we back out now or do we just head in on it?
I'm not gonna lie, COD is kind of failing too when it comes to the esports scene. That's kind of what we have to talk about.
It does seem like that, but again, this is just gonna be one of those things of where you can't please everyone.
Yeah, that's facts. That is facts though. I will say that is a fact. Is you cannot please everyone, and a lot of, I mean, let's look at Call of Duty for a second and look at all of the pro players that have left the scene since Modern Warfare 2 has come out. All of the OGs are kind of leaving right now because they're not a fan of the direction that Call of Duty is going. So in one place, it's like, yes, Call of Duty is listening to the fans, but it's listening to the new fans and not necessarily the old ones.
The OGs.
That's why the OGs, a lot of the OGs and a lot of the people that really hold COD in a different place, a lot of them aren't playing Modern Warfare 2. A lot of them aren't here for the stuff that's going on. A lot of them just, they don't, you know, they're still playing Cold War, and you know, Cold War is not getting any numbers when it comes to, like, you know, streams and all this stuff like that. You know, everything has migrated, and it's an unfortunate thing. But once you get to a certain level, you do have to start complimenting one over the other in a notion of sink or swim type of vibe. That's why we see a lot of these games fail and a lot of these games go down, is because they keep trying to continuously stay dedicated to the old fan base, but the old fan base aren't the ones that are actually sinking 20,000 hours into the game. You know what I mean? It's the new fan base that's doing this, and then the new fan base is the one that continues to come in the scene, and things need to evolve towards them, and that's kind of the direction that things are going now. But we need these games to actually be evolving as well if they're going to take this notion of commending or complimenting the new players all the time. Then we actually need new games like these. Like, we actually need new things that are going to be implemented and created. And Call of Duty, we see Call of Duty is doing everything that they can right now, and I think Call of Duty I think the whole merger buy thing that's happening with Microsoft is going to be probably the best thing that's happened to COD ever. Just because the way that Microsoft is Microsoft is literally never going to die and never going to end, and it's always going to continue and exist. And with that all being said, it's just kind of like we're at this point now to where it's just going to be very interesting to see where things are in 5 years, because I think we're at a point with every single game of a point of sink or swim, and it's all about what the next step is. And if these next steps are not steps that are firmly planted into the dirt and the ground, then things are just going to go awry. And that's just kind of the gist of it.
So let me just say that Microsoft is the only reason why competitive gaming even started. So it's only right that Microsoft begins to buy the competitive gaming scene. That's what they did. They bought it. Call of Duty is the biggest franchise in gaming history. It is the biggest competitive scene in gaming history right now. When you go play CS:GO, you can only play it on a PC. That PC is more than likely made by Microsoft, or it has some kind of Microsoft product in it. So that's why esports won't die. It is going to go through this state of flux. COD is not going to die because of it just being COD. And because they're now understanding that they have to cater to the new generation of people, they made this Modern Warfare 2 to give the OGs one last ride. One last time of nostalgia. One last time to figure out their direction of life. One last time to get a good, a Call of Duty that doesn't. It's an OG COD. It really is. There's no slide canceling. There's no movement. There's no nothing. It's just straight up gunplay, and it's just straight up Call of Duty. And now this is it. This is it for Call of Duty. Call of Duty will no longer be Call of Duty in the sense that we've seen it come for 10 years or better. 15 years we're here, and this is the end of an era of COD. So that's why all the OGs are leaving. And so people are going to be sad, because those OGs are what drove them to become a COD content player, a content creator, a player, a streamer, a casual, or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, we're not equipped to play at that high of a skill level. I mean, I say it every day. These kids, they get on there and they're obliterating us. And we think they're cheating. You know what I mean? Like, these kids get on there and they're like, this game is too easy, because they're not getting that fast-paced movement. They're not getting that sliding. They're not getting that jumping. They're not getting that. Think about it, bro. Fortnite has changed the game to where everybody wants to be able to move. My old ass eyes ain't keeping up with that. And all these guys that are coming in, they're young. You know what I mean? They're fresh. They're 18, 19. You know what I mean? They're 15, 16, 13, 10, 11, 12. You know what I mean? 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? They're destroying they're destroying the scene. And they need to get back what they lost in this COD. But what they're not going to get back is they're not going to get back the OG creators. They're not going to get back the OG players. They're not going to get back any of that. So, with that being said, it's time for a new era of kids to come in and start doing what these other guys have set forth for everybody to do.
Time for the new era to pick up the sticks and just keep it moving. I agree with that.
You can't keep complaining.
It's kind of one of those things, like, it's kind of one of those things to where it just what happens. It's just what happens. Players come and go, but the game stays eternal. That's kind of where esports is now at. And esports has been there for a little while too, though. With players have already retired and stuff. It's not like this is the first time we're seeing players retire by any means, but it's just that a lot of them are like, you know what, this game might not be where I go anymore. This might not be it for me. I don't know if I want to practice this game 8 hours a day every day. Just that's just kind of how it be, and that's okay. But I agree with you. I want to see the next wave I want to see the new generation come in. I want to see them flourish, and I want to see them change the scene and cause these games to kind of not be able to keep pussyfooting around like they've been doing with our generation the entire time. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what a lot of people are mad about, to be completely honest, is the fact that it took until our generation was out of it for them to get really into it. And it's like, damn. So we wasted our whole generation playing these games type of vibe. And then there's just a lot of people that are mad about that. But it's like, hey, they catered to our generation the entire time the game was out, even if we don't feel like they did, right? So it's just kind of one of those things to where we just need to see what's going on with the new future of how these players are going. Because every player is retiring from everything, and everything is happening everywhere, and it's just going to continue to go down like that. So
yeah.
Let's take a little second and jump into chat a little bit. I think there's a couple of chats right here. We got Ash saying, how much did I miss? I just got out of a sweaty in-game in pubs. Oh, it'd be like that. Don't forget to wipe your hands. BO4 was fired, not gonna lie. BO4 was fired, not gonna lie. Jackson say, yeah, BO4 was fired. Me and Vito did like BO4 a lot. It was fun. It was fun because it was different, and it was something that both of us liked. You know what I mean? It catered to both of us as gamers, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And it was a way to where it was a good balance for things. BO4 was really fun. Ash says. Yeah, Blackout was dope. Me and Vito talk about Blackout all the time.
Blackout was definitely a game changer.
Yeah, Blackout was the start of where we are now with, I don't think just Warzone, but Call of Duty entirely. I think Call of Duty changed in general to try to cater to the battle royale genre as well, and being able to dip their toes in both sides. And to be honest, they're kind of the only game that have done that successfully at this point, is to be able to have a successful battle royale and a successful multiplayer game simultaneously working at hand in hand. And now you can seamlessly go between the different games and whatnot between one application. Like they're just handling everything, bro. I wasn't much of a fan of Blackout, to be honest. I mainly grinded multiplayer. That's how it'd be like that.
That was me.
But we need the new gen to take the ideas further. There we go. That's a really good way to put it, Draxus.
Draxus said that like he ain't a part of the new gen. Draxus said that like he ain't just turned 18 a couple months ago.
Yo, that's hella funny. Oh man. Achilles, what's up with Achilles? How you doing, G? VaiN Achilles says, like a lot of Valorant pros were CSGO pros. Tins is a big example. Yeah, that's very true. We do see a lot of the pros migrating to other video games as well, as a way to keep up with the times at the same time. You know what I mean? It's kind of a hand-in-hand thing. We do see players evolving because CSGO is what it started as, but Valorant is what it is now, type of thing. Like CSGO is still a game. It's still out there. It's still big, but it's not going to pull the same type of, stuff that Valorant is going to pull for people. Kind of like how a lot of players that played PUBG went to Warzone. You know what I mean? It's just kind of the thing that happens because they try to get into the scene that's good. And that's kind of why me and Devito have kind of also said it. We need a new game to come out as well to really help diversify the scene across all boards. That's what I really think. I think when we get a new FPS or a new battle royale that is able to do the things that we're asking these other games to do before they get to do them, that's when it really starts to change, and that's when shit really starts happening. So it's like, once we get that game that can come out and be able to be like, I think I just saw someone say Rainbow. If we can get a team, like if we can get a game that can be Rainbow Six Siege and Call of Duty and Valorant and Apex Legends somehow, and Overwatch, like all at the same time. Like there's someone out there making that game right now. They're trying to perfect it somewhere.
Oh, COD will do it. COD will do it with Advanced Warfare coming back. COD is going to do it first.
We're not talking about COD. We're talking about an actual different game.
Nah, I got you.
And doing that, and not other games trying to mimic what the other games are doing, because that's definitely going to happen. But it's just like we need to see what's going to happen, first and foremost type of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think that
said we need a rainbow team. I guess that's a question. No. Nah, I am. That's why I'm preaching. And then Achilles says, if I had the time, I would think about competitive Val. It'd be like that. Valorant is one of those games for real. That's
hey, I've seen Achilles Val clips, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy though.
Bro was going crazy on that game.
He was.
Just to capitalize on what you were saying though, I feel like Rogue Company and a couple other developers, like what we saw from that game that we still have yet to play, that was in development, that had all those dope trailers. It was like a COD type looking game, but it was also like just like a Rogue Company,
X-Defiant, right?
X-Defiant, and I think there was another one that was in development as well. But I think that Rogue Company will start to execute on what they've built. And I think that
is dead.
It is dead right now. They'll be back
forever.
Nah,
they ain't never coming back. They ain't never coming back.
They ain't never coming back.
It's dead. That game is over. People are playing it, but it's never gonna go anywhere. It's over.
You think you don't think they're gonna make a Roco 2?
Nah. And if they do, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna just keep it lit. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think so. They tried. They had a lot of good stuff in that game. They had a lot of good execution. They tried, but at some point they are a bad example of listening to the player base. That, you know what I mean? They listened a little bit too much to where they were listening to people that were trying to go pro, as well as the people that are just casuals, as well as the people that just play the game every once in a while. They were kind of listening to everyone and changing everything about the game consistently. And it's like, yes, it's a good thing, but it's not actually making the game better. It's just constantly changing the game. So it's just kind of Roco is not the game for it. Roco is out of it. I don't even know. I don't think Roco even pulls any viewership on anything anymore, or I don't think they do the tournaments anymore for Roco. Like, I think that game is just kind of
damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, damn, never mind. I took back what I said. But I think we'll have somebody out there that will finally, give the new generation what they're looking for. I think that's what it'll be, because all these games are out of flux. COD is out of flux. 2K is out of flux. Madden started this whole fluctuation thing years ago with the copy paste, and it just seems like all the games have fallen into that dark, deep hole of copy paste. Even Halo fell into that. I feel like Apex has fallen into it. Fortnite is trying not to, but it looks like they're going in that direction as well for these next couple of months. So after this last year of gaming, I think that everything will start to change. We're just coming out of COVID. Everybody is just finally getting back to being in the office. We lost 2 whole years. 2 whole years 3 now, 3 whole years of not being able to do anything.
It's very true.
It was fun when it started. It's done now. So now everybody has to get back in the office, and which they're doing, and they have to get back to normalization, which they're doing. But it's going to take time. It is, and it sucks. But it's going to take time. And if you guys really think about it and really look at it, we've really had a bad taste left in our mouths from COVID because everything became copy and paste because everybody was working from home.
Yeah. That's true.
Projects not getting done on time.
Yeah, and then a lot of devs just kind of rushing on things, and no one knew how to work from home either. So it was just a lot of stuff going down. And I think honestly, 2023 is going to be I think 2023 is going to be a good year for gaming, but I don't know if it's going to be a good year for multiplayer gaming. I think 2023 is going to be the year of the single player games kind of taking over a little bit more because we have established a lot of dope ass video games this year. Like this year was crazy for the single player games as well. Like this year was crazy for all of the games. Really, every game that came out this year and everything that happened with gaming really did go crazy this year. And next year we got like Hogwarts happening, like the Harry Potter solo, like the solo player, single player game. We know that a lot of these games that we have now are trying to make battle royales that don't have one already. Also, we know a lot of changes are coming to different games and things like that. So 2023 is going to be another year of I think 2023 is honestly going to be the biggest and the last year of a lot of experimentation with a lot of video game stuff. And then post 2023 and on, we're going to see a lot of these video games really planting their feet into what they want, what they're going to try to establish themselves as moving forward. Just because I think it's been a very tit for tat, wishy-washy slate up until this point of all the video games kind of mimicking and copying each other in one way or another. And I think now all of the games are almost over that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about, Apex is about to hit its 5-year mark. And then games like Fortnite as well, I think are about to hit its 5-year mark if it's not already there.
I think Fortnite is there.
Yeah, it is there. 27 because that came out 2017.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, so this was its 5th year, and they just did that big, super big graphics haul and stuff like that. Now they're running off of Unreal Engine 5 on Fortnite as well. You know, just a lot of big things have happened on Fortnite this year, and so you know, a lot of these games are trying to do big things now and establish themselves as being their own video game and their own this and their own that. Like just
they're becoming television shows. They're becoming series.
Exactly. Everything.
Like we're forgetting all the things they're doing.
Media is expanding in a big way. We have the Last of Us show coming out in the beginning of next year. So that there's just a lot of stuff that's going to make video games.
We don't have enough people working in these positions in these jobs to cover all of that.
Yeah, that's facts. But I think the biggest thing is that video games are going to start being appreciated as a form of media more than they are now. Like people appreciate video games already, but man, like once we have like actual good adaptations of these video games into movies and shows, like the God of War thing they're trying to do, the Warhammer movie they're trying to do with my guy that was just playing Superman, Henry Cavill. You know what I mean? They're trying to make a lot of these Arcane, for an example, as well. If we get an Arcane season 2, if a lot of these other games like Overwatch and Apex Legends actually get animes as well, I think being able to go into way more forms of media for these games helps it a lot with all forms of viewership all the way around. Like if they had like Call of Duty as you know, like some show that you could watch, like, and they weren't and then you can go and watch the show and then come and hop on COD and continue where the show left off and play some operator shit. You know what I mean? Like that's where we really need things to move to, where now I think a lot of advertisement comes with that as well, and more revenue for things, and just bigger things can happen for these games if once they start doing more forms of media. And
Right.
speaking of more forms of media when it comes to these video games and especially Call of Duty and whatnot, there's a lot of people that are not happy about Call of Duty being on Twitch now when it comes to the Call of Duty League and not on YouTube anymore. They signed a deal with with Twitch basically to be on Twitch, and people are complaining because with YouTube you're able to pause it, you're able to rewind and watch the dope clips that are happening again or whatever, and on Twitch you can't do that necessarily. So we see that kind of coming into the fray and kind of happening, and seeing the viewership be higher than ever though, because it's on Twitch. But then you have, some things that you're losing out on. So do you have any, feelings about the broadcasting of these video games and whatnot, or where they should be broadcasted at, or should they be broadcasted on everything? Or do you think it's a thing where it should be like Twitch only or YouTube only on one platform?
Right now, it is only going to be on one platform, but we're forgetting how all those platforms work together. And everybody wants to see the competitor, but we're forgetting the time that we're in is about building togetherness. And all these platforms are actually coming together to build one big platform. TikTok runs back into Instagram. Instagram runs back into YouTube. YouTube even came with shorts. Like, everything is revolving back into itself. And you can't stop it. The positive energy in that sense of let's do this together. Let's, it's been preached enough amongst these platforms, and you can definitely start to see it working. They're selling to each other. You can just tell. You can just tell they're selling to each other. And then when they're selling to each other, because one platform is succeeding more than the other, the person that created that platform is still receiving revenue from what that platform is doing. Mark Zuckerberg, for an example, he sold Instagram, right? Is it Instagram? One of the two owners of those platforms sold to the other. Those platforms are marketing and they're doing extremely well with what they're doing. And that person that sold them still makes revenue and income from what that platform is doing. So it's like, because I'm the creator of something, I've created something, I sell it, but I still get to have a percentage because it's something that I created and it was my name on that. Same thing with how we talked about jerseys and how we talked about revenue for skins, and it's the same concept as what it is on these social platforms, and why things are now we're starting to see things get the same UI. And then you got these haters that are out here that are like, hey, we can't let them do this. We got to go make our own platform. We got to take from what they have done and established, because we see them getting all the love and we're not getting any love. And we created this too. But it's like, what you have to.
You cut out a little bit.
Oh,
I think.
Am I here? Am I back?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. What people need to understand is it wasn't their idea. And even if it was, they didn't execute like the guy executed that's getting all the love. So now that you see that somebody else is getting all the love, you're getting jealous because you're like, oh, I didn't get a chance to do what you did though. And it's like, that's not how things work in the world. It's about the guy that executes on what is being established. That's why people say bosses move silently, all these different sayings that you have, because it's like somebody can take your idea that fast and make it theirs. Do something a little different to it. You know what I'm saying? And now you're over there like, oh, that was my idea. Steve Jobs. That was my idea. Well, Bill Gates is winning. Steve Jobs, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, I'm just saying, but that's how it's going. Like, that's how the world is going. I didn't mean it in that sense, but I'm just saying that's how all these platforms are moving. And now look, Microsoft has bought some of Apple.
I think it's kind of wild when it comes to Microsoft and stuff and whatnot. I think it's wild that they sold Mixer to Facebook first and foremost. I think that was like one of the biggest things that kind of shook up the game of the whole streaming platform war. Because Facebook gaming is never really going to go anywhere. It's never going to really go anywhere. I've kind of stated my piece on Facebook gaming, and it needs to become, they need to change it to metagaming and create a whole outside app for it and just kind of go in with their whole, like kind of what you were already saying with these platforms being so integrated together. They need to be able to create a platform that is integrated with their other platforms, because it's kind of, that's the only place to go.
I think it's
if
on the
you
way.
can stream, if you could, I probably am not doubting that it is either. If you imagine this, this is kind of what I envision is metagaming. You got metagaming. You go on metagaming, you're streaming, you get your clips and stuff, and you can automatically share your clips to Facebook and Instagram Reels. Or when you go live on metagaming, it automatically puts a post up on Instagram. Like all of these different types of things that can happen is right there at their fingertips, and it's like so close. YouTube is a really good example of a great idea, but with a terrible UI. You know what I mean? It's just a terrible UI, and it just sucks to be on YouTube gaming just all the way around. To look for someone on YouTube gaming is hard to do, and to stream on YouTube gaming is also probably hard to do because there's not good categories. There's just not a way for like people to find you unless they're typing your name in specifically. You know what I mean? Like there's not a good
the notifications don't even pop up right.
Yeah, and there's not a good spotlight page and just all of that type of stuff. There's nothing really going back to the creators like that when you're, going to YouTube gaming.
And that's why you can't be mad at Call of Duty for moving platforms.
Exactly. It's because you need gaming to be gaming. That's just kind
for gaming.
Yes, you need gaming to be gaming for gaming. And that's it. Yep. And that's why you need to be able to have that kind of existing and going on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next, if there is a new streaming platform that comes out, or if these other streaming platforms kind of just come together and create one new platform. If Netflix or one of these streaming services really try to throw their hat in there, that's something that's really going to change the game. You know what I mean? Netflix, Paramount Plus, or any of these other things. It would probably be Netflix more than anything else.
Paramount Plus definitely has a good opportunity though, because they made the Halo series.
Yeah, but that was trash. And then you have HBO Max making the Last of Us series, and then you have Prime making another. It's like there's a lot of stuff that could happen, but if Sony or Steam or something like that, one of these companies that got the chicken, or Apple, even Apple, if Apple comes out and tries to make a freaking streaming platform, that'll probably be the creme de la creme of what can happen. You know what I mean? So it'll be, if they got like Apple Gaming or something like that, or
we're coming up on that.
So it'll be real interesting.
Apple Arcade.
Exactly. Apple Arcade is already their first step into mobile gaming, so of course they're going to try to get into everything else. It's probably no doubt about it. Even any of these companies do something big, it's going to be crazy. So I'm here for it, bro.
Yeah.
We've talked about some pretty banger. We've had some banger conversations.
We had a banger conversation.
I'm not gonna lie. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in as well. And what are we wrapping everything up with, bro?
Man? Come on, man. I mean, I know it's been some time since we've been here, yo. But look. Let me just say, we got to wrap this up with top 5. What the Fizz Knuckle gamer tag is that of the week, yo, and we got some wild ones. I'm not gonna
lie. Yes, we do have some wild ones, and if you guys don't know, the way that we get these gamer tags of the week is it's from all of our viewers and players and streamers in our Discord. So if you guys are in our Discord, you guys are able to drop your WTF gamer tag of the week in there. Drop whatever WTF gamer tag you see in the game, and then throughout the weeks, And throughout the weeks of just life, me and Vito will go through, check out these gamer tags here on GamerVision, and kind of just rate which one we think is the craziest one. So top 5 in no specific order this week. These are the ones that we have. Man, this is crazy. First up, Coors Light, ho. Number 2 is Sloppy Top. Number 3, I sold you at Walmart.
Yo, that one right there is wild, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
4, Pussy Slayer 69. And 5, Baby Dong 69. Yo, we got 2 69s this week. That's
Yo,
insane.
them guys were definitely partied up together. I'm not gonna lie.
They definitely were partied up together.
They definitely thought they was slaying some pussy with Baby Dong. Weirdos, but hey, they got it. They got it, man. They got it.
Which one of those is out for you, G? What's
man? I'm going with I sold you at Walmart. When I seen that, I was just like, hey, fucking yo, bro, what's happening? What are we saying? What are we doing? That's worse than dad going and getting the milk and leaving you.
Yeah, that
never coming back. G, come on, man. I sold you at Walmart. That's crazy.
Yeah, I sold you at Walmart is definitely crazy. Baby Dong is pretty wild to me. I'm not gonna lie. Baby Dong is insane.
Yeah, Baby Dong is wild. I'm not gonna lie.
Baby Dong 69 is a wild name. Gee, like that is the.
He said he ain't got a toe.
Wild.
It goes a little further than that.
Yeah, bro, I got a Baby Dong. Like yo, like.
Sloppy Top is even crazier though. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, somebody was over there giving some top, and it was all sloppy, bro. They was so sloppy they had to put it in their gamer tag. Like,
let us know which one is your guys' favorite top for the
somebody
top 5
is
this week. I think I'm not gonna lie. I think I sold you at Walmart is up there for me too. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty wild. So I think
I sold you at Walmart is insane.
I think I'll go for I sold you at Walmart for sure. And so those are the ones that me and Vito. That's the one that me and Vito chose. So which ones do you guys choose? Let us know in the comment section down below. What is the top WTF gamer tag for y'all this week? And if you guys aren't part of our Discord, you guys can join it. I don't know. You know what? I don't think I have any commands active yet for this, so I'll definitely get that ready for next week's episode.
Hey, one step at a time, man. We working on it. You know what I'm saying? We working.
Exactly.
What I really can't wait for is that spotlight. You know what I'm saying? I really can't wait for that. That's gonna be
the creator spotlight is definitely gonna be something that's
creator spotlight, the member spotlight. Like, yo, all the things we got coming are definitely exciting.
For sure. And if you guys are interested in joining us on the journey of what we about to be going on, make sure you guys drop a sub if you haven't already and drop a like on the stream because it definitely helps out tremendously. As we already said, you can follow us on social media at VaiN Esports org across all social media. Definitely tap in with us. We always are posting news and things that are going on with us at the org and promoting our players and things along the lines of that. So make sure you guys tap in because we definitely want to see you there. Make sure you guys tap in with my brother, the one, the only VaiN Devito. Make sure y'all tap in with him. Drop a follow on Twitch for my guy. He's out here, just hit 1.1 KZ, my nazy. So he's definitely going up. And then I'm out here too, of course. I be on Twitch.
Yes, please go give my brother a follow, yo. Make sure y'all tap in with him, man. That man's vibes are immaculate, man. That's a GOAT right there. Some of the best vibes you'll have out here on Twitch, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, and I would never lie to y'all. Make sure y'all tap in, man, because it's a vibe all the time. Shout out Jay Glizzy for that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the org. Shout out to all y'all coming up in this thing. Draxus, Achilles, SimBaH.
Yeah.
You know, even 2K Grinder in here dropping in.
Yep.
Ash Grinder,
Draxy,
you know what I'm saying?
Ash,
Yep,
yep.
Draxy. Yes, sir. Shout out to
Shout out
y'all
to all of
for
the VaiN
showing
members,
love.
all of the VaiN gang. We
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
y'all.
Yes,
Definitely.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's definitely been a vibe, and we'll see you guys on next week's episode of GamerVision, where we is going to be vibing once again, because it is, like my brother
Always
said, a vibe all the time. So we appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay grinding and stay vain, baby.
Ooh.